Hey, I'm live, babe. Yeah. Well, it just takes a second to connect to Instagram, the way they have that set up here. But now we are live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And tonight, we actually have a little bit of a contest for those who are joining me on platforms other than Facebook. We are looking to expand here with our brand. So if you're catching us tonight on LinkedIn, put something in the chat so that I know and we can link up later and I'll give you a free prize. Everyone likes free prizes. Um, Welcome tonight, everyone. You may have seen, and then you see in the background, today we've got an exciting topic, one that folks have asked us about several times, especially in 2024, as we've shifted our veterinary model to include reptiles, more reptiles. We've done reptiles in the past years, but we gained a reptile expert this year, and that really allowed us to expand not only with our veterinary services, but our future veterinarian programs as well, which we've been having so much fun with this summer with Kalamazoo Parks and Rec, Kalamazoo Public Library. Thank you to both of those organizations for hiring us for our live animal future vet presentation. So let's get right into it tonight. We are holistic veterinary specialists over here. I love holistic medicine. And, we throw that word around quite a bit. And, sometimes the question will come up like, really, what is holistic? I mean, we know that it means healthy or it means, eating right or doing certain things. But what really is it? You're going to get the word straight from me. Holistic means that we are doing some things to the body or for the body that allow the body to actually heal itself. I'll say that again. Holistic means doing some things for the body or to the body that allows it to heal itself. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight with our reptiles. We do have a live animal here for you to enjoy. His name is Squirt, but we'll show you in just a few minutes. First, let's get into it. Holistic care. How does the body heal itself? I've got my special guests. I told you I have two special guests, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them in now. The first one is our reptile expert that we told you about, came in this year, guns blazing, and his name is Reptile Rob.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, it's Reptile Rob, and he has definitely. You don't want to show yet. We can't show yet.
He's
we gotta.
so excited.
I'm sure he is. He, not you, right? but but again, Reptile Rob, I just want to thank you for bringing your expertise and everything to the service. It's always great to get an expert. Even within the veterinary world, you can have a huge veterinary clinic, and within that clinic, you're going to have vets that do surgery, vets that do holistic, vets that do wellness, and vets that do exotic animals and reptiles. So to have a non-veterinarian but still one with so much knowledge, just really filling out the team. So thank you again, Robert, for that. And one of the favorite animals that we got to share with our kids this summer for the future vet is Squirt. And as we go through and talk about these different holistic aspects for reptiles, we'll use Squirt as an example. Why don't we go ahead and show Squirt because he's super cute. Can we see Squirt? Tell us about Squirt, Reptile Rob.
Squirt is a painted turtle, and he's about, I think, 6 years
You're
old.
6 years old?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. He likes to swim around with the big turtles, but he is our most friendly turtle, and we put him in the kids' hands here because he's actually a native species here. He didn't come from Michigan; he came from Ohio as someone's pet, but we like to show the kids the turtles that they can find in their backyard, and Squirt is probably the cutest example of one.
Look at you. Oh, hey, Squirt. How you doing? Yeah, the kids love him during our future vet. And so one of the first things we're talking about with reptiles, how we can help them holistically, is by optimizing their and so We'll talk about this one first. Okay, we talk about optimizing their light source. Okay, we know with reptiles some things about them. They're cold-blooded. They need light. They don't produce all of the things. I'll let our reptile expert explain why lighting is so important for things like calcium absorption and bone health.
Well, to be simple, it helps with digestion. Your reptiles have to interchange heat to digest food. And if you have a gecko, if you have a turtle, if you have a lizard, if you have a snake, they all use heat to digest food at some point.
Yes, light and heat. So right now, specifically light. So like
It
I
could
know
come
some
from
of
a light source
it
or
could.
a heat source or
Okay.
vice versa.
Okay. So light sources I see here in some of our notes that, calcium absorption, all animals can absorb calcium the same way. And so getting this light in helps them with the UV light, which provides a full spectrum of light for them to be able to absorb that calcium they need, just like for we do. So, brittle bones and all of that stuff. So you got to get this holistic light source for your reptile. Okay. Also, light bulbs that mimic sunlight, just like for humans, can cause reptiles to mood to improve and things like that. So, light, the first holistic source that we need for reptiles. Number two, boom. Could you explain this one and tell us what this is?
This is a ceramic heat emitter, and it basically focuses heat. It doesn't heat up a whole source, but you can point heat at a source. And that's what I use this for our. This came from our bearded dragon.
Oh, this is from our beauty.
This is for our bearded dragon, and she's a desert animal. Even though it's 80 degrees here, nice and cool, and we keep it cool in the house. We give her a nice hot spot to bask.
Got to have that hot spot, and that steady heat, which again mimics the sun's warmth, is going to promote digestion, like Rob said, but also their overall metabolism and circulation. So that's going to encourage the body's natural healing processes. So, if they're out there, turtles, right? They're going over rocks and falling over and, getting little cuts and scrapes. In order to heal, they need to get that sunlight and that heat. So the heat is the number two reason. So we've got light and we've got heat as the two holistic ways that reptiles can improve from holistic modalities. The third one is environmental enrichment. Okay. I wish we could show you what's going on over here, honestly, but that's a secret, and that's for another time. But we can say that in the wild, reptiles are used to living a certain way. They're exposed to a variety of stimuli that they need, right? And so if we as humans are being responsible or we have them under our care, it's really, really important to give them like, what would they normally encounter in the wild? Like, what would their eyes be doing? Like, where would they be, And so some of those things are giving them hiding spots. Oh, of course, I didn't bring the little thing that I had earlier, but that's okay. You want to have varying textures, levels, right, in their enclosures, textures. Also, just things to keep them from getting bored, right? Because if you're bored and just sitting around, that's just opening it up for sickness.
Most animals hunt for a living.
That's true.
If they don't just eat vegetables, then they hunt for a living, and they need that type of enrichment. And one of those ways is environmentally. You can add things like bugs or cleaners, things that an animal would normally eat, but aid in their environmental enrichment as well.
Absolutely.
Cleaning.
I love the bug part because bugs is kind of like a 2-for-1, actual food and sustenance and nutrition, but also, like you said, running around, catching them. I love to watch the geckos run after the little mealworms or, whatever.
It's like their whole mood changes. They go from cute to hunt mode, and it's beautiful thing to see.
It is beautiful,
because they're cute, but they are hunters.
They sure are. Don't put your finger in it at the wrong time, because I've definitely seen Robert get got there for a minute. Speaking of eating, natural diet is the fourth item. So, we talked about all the environmental and heat and light and all that stuff, but diet is crucial. Yes, we need the heat and the light to make sure that digestion happens, but we want to make sure that we're giving them a diet similar to what they would find out there. And again, Robert, so let's show Squirt again. Out in the wild, what does Squirt eat?
Well, let's just say our animals live wild. Like if you look at his nails, they're not trimmed because they climb. They do a lot of environmental things that turtles would do naturally. And to be frank, they eat everything. They eat everything that they would encounter in the wild. They eat dead fish. They eat dead shrimp. They eat Japanese beetles. Like we have Japanese beetles because they live in a garden and they get to eat the beetles just like you would feed a chicken.
That's
beetles.
right. That's right. So, and that was horrible. Like, if any of you have gardens and have the Japanese beetles, and you have those little Japanese beetle catchers, if you have other animals like reptiles or even chickens, I've seen, you can feed those and get like a power pack punch of protein for them with those beetles. Oh, and it's so gross to look at. If you don't like bugs and creepy crawlies, then definitely don't watch that video.
Yeah, I'm definitely. You can look up auto feeders where you never have to touch them. Never have to touch them, and you'll feed your animals for a whole season.
That's right. Oh, it's so interesting. We'll say that. And then the fifth and final. So far we've gone over 4 holistic ways to deal with and treat reptiles, and we've got Squirt here as an example tonight. We talked about optimizing their light sources. We talked about customized heat sources. We've talked about environmental enrichment, really giving them what they would be having in the real world in nature. We talked about integrating a natural diet of what they again would find out in the real world. And last but not least, this is actually what we're doing right now, Robert, right? Like interaction and handling.
And one more note about food.
Okay.
And we had a bearded dragon client that had an overabundance of calcium. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know where it was coming from. And I believe it was coming from the water source. They had a natural spring, and unless you're testing your water, don't give it to your animals. One fundamental way to keep them healthy is to give them fresh, clean water and clean, fresh food.
That's right. And filtered food. Okay, so that like closes out our natural diet integration part. But it's all integrated. Like we use the word integrated, like you can't just have one without the other. You can't have the heat but no light. You can't have, the food but no, way to digest it. So it all goes together. These reptiles, they need a lot. I know a lot of times we think about, the dogs and the cats and everything like that in veterinary medicine. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of reptile owners who love their little painted turtles like Squirt here. So cute. So the fifth and final holistic method to keeping reptiles healthy and happy is stress reduction through routine handling. That's right. You can't just get a turtle and say, okay, he's just going to make a cute little, little bauble for inside this cage. You've got to get him out. Talk to them. Hi, Squirt. Hey, baby, so that they're not scared. See how I can just rub his little neck and he's not worried. And we can take him with the kids in the future vet program and pass him around. And he loves that.
No, yeah. The animals in domestic situations actually know they need people, and it's not talked about enough. Our animals come to us. They come to us when they need us. They come to us when they're hungry. So they know they need you for something. And you have to be a good custodian when you have them because they can't make it on their own.
That's right. And so I just wanted to come in tonight and, again, tell you what holistic is. Holistic simply means that the body is able to heal itself by using a variety of modalities that holistic practitioners like myself do, and reptile experts like Robert do as well. Reptile Rob here. It really sometimes doesn't take a lot to get a holistic modality going. It could be something as simple as, changing their environment, making sure their light is the right distance from them, giving them some energy. So, we're here every Thursday night talking about holistic aspects of veterinary medicine. But I have a special message for you here tonight, which is that if you are in Michigan, specifically Southwest Michigan, but really anywhere in Michigan, you can come see us this Saturday. We are going to be out in the community live in Kalamazoo at Vine Neighborhood Association. We're going to be there. I know Vine is so cool, like the murals and the whole community aspect right in the middle of Kalamazoo. We're going to have a walk-in clinic, all kind of vaccinations if you need them for your dog. If you cat, you can bring in a reptile. Hey, look, put them on a leash. Maybe they don't even need a leash, right? Come on out. Quite a few people have already signed up on the website. If you're watching on any of the networks, you should be able to find the link in a couple posts back where you can sign up right online and save $10, or you can walk right in this Saturday from 10 to 2. Now, here in Kalamazoo, I know we're having the Black Business Festival that's going to be at the Expo Center this week. I think that's a little later today. Come on out to our vet clinic, go home, get cleaned up, and then head on out to the Black Arts, or not the Black Arts Festival, but the Black Business Expo, and check them out. Okay, so we love to see you here. Please leave a comment in the chat if you have any questions, or if you have any comments or knowledge about reptiles. We really love them, as well as our furry loved ones, but we really have a special place. They really have a special place in our heart, these reptiles. All right. Thank you, Reptile Rob, for being here tonight, being my special guest. And thank you, Squirt, as well. You are so cute. You are the star of the show.
So cute.
You are the star of the show, baby. Who can tell us what kind of turtle this is? Put it in the chat. We said it earlier, but if you're just popping in now, put it in the chat. And don't let me find out you're a winner.
He really likes when you hold him. I like when his legs go limp.
You think so?
Yeah. He's turning around trying to see your face. He wants to look you in the eye.
Hi. Do you like me?
Yes, he does.
Hi.
This is why I love turtles. Because turtles will stand eye to eye with you and not be afraid. Some animals will sketch away.
Hi.
Turtles more than any, and the bearded dragon even like to look you right in the eye.
Hi, Squirt. Yeah, because he's just like not moving now, huh?
Yeah. They like to be talked to,
You're doing all right? Just like plants do too, huh?
They're pets just like a dog, Most domesticated dogs like to be talked to.
That's right. All right, you guys. Well, we will see you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Same place, same time, for more holistic adventures.
Oh, my goodness.
There's so many. We need to do more.
Yes.
All right. Peace and love, everyone.
All right, Squirt. Let's go.